Once again, happy Saturday. You're probably viewing this video on a Sunday though, because I don't post that late at night. But sorry. This is a very risky intersection right here. I don't know why they put these 3 stop signs here and people just run it all the time. Anyways, just getting out of work once again, and it was late tonight. We had some late minute customers. So what time is it? Yeah, it's actually 2200 hours. 2207. Woo, man! I was so tempted to. You can't see me once again. That's funny. Who's that? Yeah. Okay. Well. All right. Now you can see me. I was so tempted to record this morning. I was at the other gym, and it's so funny. I was going to do like some abs, maybe like some recovery stuff, and I turned out to just do some pull-ups instead. And then I did some recovery and some mobility stuff, and it was nice. It was awesome. And then tonight I was thinking, I was like, oh, tonight let's do some forearms and some abs. But as the day progressed, again, being a sad lifter kicked in, and I made up my decision, and we're gonna just hit some biceps, forearms, and some abs. But we're gonna make this quick because, as my boy Sam Sulik likes to say, I need to get some much-needed rest ASAP. That's the last thing I want to do is wreck my sleep schedule. But so sorry if you're watching this, man. Really like that guy. But yeah, so we're just gonna do that, and I'll see you guys at the gym in a bit. It's like 10 minutes down the road. I don't want to stress this again, but look at that parking lot. That is what I'm talking about, guys. Look at that. Empty. This is what I love. See, no wait time anywhere. This is what I like on a Saturday night. Nowhere else to be. So I don't know if some of y'all seen some of my other videos, but I am in a series right now of the Road to 135-pound curl. That's on a barbell with a straight bar. But since I did do pull-ups this morning, I don't want to risk like a bicep tear or injury. Bicep tear, that's too extreme of a word, but I just don't want to risk an injury. So we're going to do some dumbbell curls, which I haven't done in a while. And definitely going to warm up with it too, because I didn't have no really stretching. I'm trying to make this a quick workout. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go 10s, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and go from there. So having that said, I really want to squeeze these real good, and we'll just go for 10 reps. I totally lost count there, and I think we'll go a little bit lower on the reps because my biceps are already kind of pumped a little. So this is so funny too. I just forgot. I'm just not used to recording like this. My music. I don't have no music on. Again, that's funny. You don't really need music necessarily. A couple of workouts I'm gonna do some all natural workouts, meaning you don't listen to music or gym radio. So those ones I've noticed are the most productive, but I'm not gonna waste too much time because I'm holding 20s, so we're gonna get 20s now. Sometimes I just adapt my workout to how I'm feeling. I know at the beginning there we said we're going to do 10 reps. Okay, no, we're going to do 8. And I don't know if you noticed there I did 5. Honestly, I was planning on just doing forearms and abs today. So it's kind of a bonus that I'm doing biceps just because I'm in a good mood. So I think 5, getting the good squeeze on that and not ego lifting like that, you know. I think that's good enough because we already did pull-ups this morning. We already utilized the biceps and the forearms too, you know. So we'll just stick with 5 reps for now. And I promise that. You know, it's funny. One of my coworkers made me a homemade pizza. Man, it was real good. Yeah. You'll learn more about me as I start talking more in these videos, but I'm trying to gain weight. I've been a hard gainer for all the years, and diet's been a long thing, but it's kind of common sense. If you're not gaining weight, eat, 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 eat. And yeah, anyways, but I've noticed that this shirt's fitting me a little tight down here. Probably because of that pizza. That's what I'm trying to say. The pizza's pretty good. It's my coworker. That was so good. All right, let's get those 30s now. Totally ruined it, man. I was recording and I was about to get my set, and this thing, it stopped recording and it said your storage is full. You know, I totally regret not pulling the trigger and paying $200 more and getting the bigger storage phone. Yes, I still film this on the phone. I'm just starting out, okay? But because every day, man, just my storage gets fuller and fuller. I download more stupid TikToks or Instagram reels onto my phone, and it's like, dude, I really should have got the bigger storage. And I don't like paying for iCloud storage either, you know. So, I mean, it's a good concept, but I just prefer having the. Anyways, I just spent a good rest time of like 4 minutes there, which I probably lost my pump, but we're gonna get the 40s now. And I said before too that those 30s felt a little heavy, so let's see how these 40s will feel. You know, not bad. I think I just was warming up and needed more rest time, I guess. Wow, that's odd. The gym radio just stopped, which figures when I write. Anyways, I'm recording from this angle because we're gonna get the 50s. And you know, long story short, whether you're curling like this or like this, I really don't care. Internet and people are gonna judge you nowadays based on that, okay? I mean, I've seen clips of Sam Sulek and he's curling and he's going, you know, like this, real good with the 80s, you know, and then you'll see someone else curling like the 20s, just, you know, like that. You know, the cool thing about these weights, when you pick that thing up, it ain't gonna judge you and it's not gonna tell you how you should be lifting it, all right? And personally, to an extent, I don't care how you lift the weights, all right? But you'll notice me, I might have a little bit of swinging or back leaning like that. Either way, I'm working, and either way, you're working if you're picking up the dumbbell, okay? So, 50s, here we go. Oh, headphone warning. Sorry about that. You know, another point too. You know, I think I also saw a video of Kevin Levrone, and he was doing the 100s pound dumbbell curls. You know, if you're gonna judge, based off of how much someone's curling, please do a better form with the same weight. Sometimes you'll have people that comment and say like, oh, he's doing it wrong, and they're like a 90-pound twig, or someone who's 500 pounds and needs a forklift to move them. Not not judging you, because you probably have a degree somewhere in a special how to lift weights or kinesiology or something like that. But like one of my not necessarily coaches, but he was a coach in high school, said, please don't talk any trash unless you can lift more than me, better than me. Sorry. Oh my goodness. These are some heavy puppies. Let's see. Let's face this way. You know what? Yeah, that's all. We're gonna play it safe. And you know what? That's just insane thinking about that. That was 60s. I barely got 2 reps. It's insane thinking that someone like Sam Sulek or Kevin Leverone just repping the 80s or 100-pound dumbbells on curls. That's insane. That's the goal. We're gonna head there eventually. So let's do some forearms now. You know what? My ego is kicking in so good there. I'm gonna try the 60s, which I haven't curled actually since last year. I made a little challenge to see in October of last year in 2024 if by the end of the year I'll be able to curl the 60-pound dumbbells with some good form. And believe it or not, with some hard work, I did make it. It's back when I had social media. I don't have no more. But I don't like speaking about how much I used to lift and this and that. I'm not that type of guy. So I like to go off of the proof and the pudding. So at the time now. So let's see if we could do it. Try not to get too injured, okay? We play it safe. And you know, I should have submitted this with the 50s, the rant I was making before that, on the form police. That's why I made that form police playlist. Because experts and specialists, part of the lifting journey, they're going to tell you what to do, how to do it, and yet they probably can't do it now, or I don't know. You know, I don't want to be too judgmental. So this one's going to be a little bit weirder. I separate my forearms into 2 separate target groups. Sometimes I do hammer curls, you know, to get the brachioradialis, but we focus mainly on a little anatomy lesson. Not a professional. Just look at the stuff up. I don't want no one to sue me. But I like to separate it into forearm extensors and then forearm flexors. So the extensors, you know, see that moving right there? A little motion I do, and then the extensors, like that. And exactly like in that form, I believe pronated my wrist, and then you can also do the same when it's supinated, like that, or like that. But we're gonna do it mainly that. So I'm gonna be doing almost like a Sam Sulek reverse wrist dumbbell curl, and these you don't need to go heavy on. You're more repping. This is a 12.5-pound dumbbell, so and probably around 20 reps. I do them sitting down a little bit differently. I'll show you in the form here, but probably do like maybe 5 sets of these, and you know it humbles you because after that, doing it for like that many reps, and you know if you can go heavy on these, props to you. Okay, I'm not saying that you can't. You know, you do whatever you want, honestly. But for me, what I do is I go light, and rep it out. So enough talk. Oh, man, sounding like an old man. I'm just getting old, I guess. All right, so start the right arm. I kind of just hug my leg like that, and diagonal, and just all right, other arm. See again, have it up like this. Make my arm lay down like that against my leg, rest it, and curl. All right. All right. These can get a little tedious, and I'm not going to film all of them, okay? But this is probably a better angle of what I do. So, I think Sam Sulik or the other guys, they will put their arm like just flat on a bench like this and do those curls. And that's good, honestly, because it takes away, a little bit of shoulder tension there. I just do this sitting down like that because something to get on. And just in my mind, I don't know, it just seems, because I always like doing concentration curls, but this one seems like more like just, there's different ways of lifting weights, okay? A million ways of curling, but this is just what I do. So, all right. So the hardest thing about this is getting what I like to call cheetah paw syndrome. But let's see if you could see. So after a while, when I'm gripping it, my thumb right here, it'll start to do this, like letting go, and my grip will start to do that when I'm doing it. So it kind of like that, see? I'm exaggerating, but I kind of lose my thumb support on there. So my best advice that I have for you is that when you do these, grip that dumbbell, grip it, like don't let it out of your grasp and just hold that grip tight. Work those forearms. So we'll see in the next exercise. I'm gonna do probably, that's the second set. So 3 more sets of these. So this other forearm exercise do might be a little controversial, but what I do is it almost like kind of mimics an arm wrestling situation. Okay, so I tend to do like a cable or like jungle gym cable, and I put these little things. I prefer the metal one, but this gym doesn't have the metal one. They just have these rubber ones. So I guess I'll get really soft hands from these. But I grab it and I put it at an angle, almost like I'm arm wrestling. But the thing is, I make it to the grip where I'm not like flexing my shoulder like arm wrestling some. I make it perfectly to where it's like right here. So, for example, if you had it more higher up, like here, and getting it down, like you want it resting right there. So see how it's right here? I have to pull it down right here, and my shoulder is engaged. No. So lower it down to that perfect height where it's literally perfectly right there. And then from here, I just lock in my little elbow to my side of my abs right here. And then I just basically, when I'm here like that, I just curl it that way, like that, like that, like that. And these I go somewhat not too heavy, just because it's an awkward situation of the wrist. And again, I focus more on reps. So this machine we have it's roughly at like 20 pounds, 23 pounds. So just gonna grab it there and all right. Whew. Hurts a little there. Oh, right here. Yeah, see, if you pull it too much, you will feel it right there in your lats, which I did on that last sit here. That was not okay. So again, all about positioning. So I was too farther out and I had to pull it in. So go a little bit up closer, and I should have been right here. And from right there about that angle, bam, like that, not flexing like that. So I'll probably do, 4 or 5 sets of this. So, all right, let's see. I think right here will be, that's good right there. Yep. Yeah, see, that was better. Don't have any lat activation there. Yep. All right. I'm not going to film the rest of the sets. So next thing you're going to see me do is some abs. So here we go. Okay, abs. So we've all seen these crunch machines before. Your basically feet are like that and you're just going like that. So I love the other one at the other gym because it's like like plate machine. Well, it's like a machine loaded. This one you have to load plates on. I've noticed that the machine one I can do a lot more weight on, 150. This one I just have a 10 and a 5 on. I don't know if it has weight resistance on too, but it gets pretty heavy and tough. And we're gonna superset it with some Russian twists. I got a 25-pound plate on the floor right there. So we'll aim for 50 reps on that and at least 20 here or just to failure. So let's get into it. Oh boy, my legs are sore from last night. That sounded terrible. Yesterday's leg workout. Okay, oh boy. Oh, why does that feel so heavy? I think it's just because my abs are weak. The obliques are pretty strong though. You're about to see. I lied again. 40 is enough. Oh, I'm not going to record the rest of these. This is just supposed to be a filler day. It's not too much of a hard workout because the main days will be compound lifts of upper body and lower body. This is like a filler day, accessory movements. So having that said, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more fitness content. Say no to steroids. Be a sad lifter instead.